Hello, everyone. My name is Angel Aquino, and I am so excited to be bringing y'all today's word today. So let's dive right in. Today, we're going to be reading from John chapter 8, verse 32. And it says that, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And I know what you're thinking right now. Maybe, well, Angel, how can we kind of be free if we're quarantined, right? If the governor just put a stay-at-home order, I can't really come out of my house. I'm not an essential worker. I'm kind of stuck here, right? And hey, I just wanted to bring, some life and inspiration to our situation, because the reality is I feel the same way. I'm here in my office and I feel like, oh man, let me just go to the pantry, right, to get away from my kids or my wife, or just have some little, solitude, quiet time. Let me munch on some chips while I'm in there or something. And so I can relate as well, right? Where how we really asked or kind of implored to live this life of freedom in God when we are kind of stuck at home for the next few weeks. And so there are some truths that I want to share with y'all. You see, because in that Bible verse it says, when you know the truth will set you free. And obviously we know that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, right? And so I'm going to kind of share with y'all three little, nice short truths that we can then live out so that we are living out a life of freedom in God. So the first truth is that we are free to live. You see, sin has had a hold on our lives, right? That is why we are separated initially from our relationship with God as it was originally created to be. And that sin has bound our lives. It has bound, our generation. But the power of Jesus Christ, his death, burial, and resurrection gave us freedom to live freely, right? It gave us freedom to live just exactly as you hear it. We are no longer bound to the darkness and the grip of sin, but we are now given lives of freedom. We can now freely live. The second truth that I was going to mention is that we are free to love. We are free to love. God has given us, what we call a free will, right? And we can love, or we can, show loyalty to anything we want in life, right? But Jesus Christ, God, has given us freedom to love. And the greatest single act of love that you will ever see or experience is the love of Jesus Christ to you. Why is that? Why? Because he gave everything for your freedom. He gave everything so that you no longer can be bound to sin, right? So that you can live freely and have a restored relationship with God. And that's what it means to be free to love. And my hope, right, and I'm sure many of us Christians who are watching online as well, is that we can choose to love the person who so freely loved us first. It says in the book of Romans that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. We did not deserve that, but he did that for us freely. And finally, we are free to worship. And you're kind of saying, well, Angel, we're not gathering at church right now. How in the world can I worship, right? I usually worship in, I collide on Wednesday nights, or I collide on Sunday nights, or Sunday morning with my parents and the rest of the congregation. Well, hey, you know what? Online here at Bay Hope Church, we have had some great success with the worship team bringing us worship at noon, like every day. And that is so great. So tune in for the lunchtime worship with the Bay Hope worship team, and you're in for a treat. It is such an amazing experience to be able to freely worship God in that atmosphere. So again, we are called to freely live, to freely love, and to freely worship. Those are three truths that we can activate today, that we can be reminded, that we can be hopeful in today, so that we can live a life of freedom in God. Again, that is some powerful stuff. But I have a little treat for y'all. So I have no idea what my family is doing outside of my little office space here. So I'm going to go ask them right now, how are they living a life of freedom in this kind of quarantine, stuck at home life? So let's go see what they're doing. Again, I have no idea what it is that they're doing. So hopefully we're in for a treat, and let's see what it is that they are doing. Hey, honey, how are you living freely for Jesus during this quarantine time?
I don't know if it's for Jesus, but I'm playing Fortnite.
Oh, playing Fortnite. Look at that. Hey, little Maxi boy. Looks like you're just taking a nap. Is that how you living freely? That's good, buddy. That's good. All right. I think my kids are outside, so let's go see what they're doing. Oh, look at this. Nice little surprise treat here. Hey, Autumn. You want to share with everybody how is it that you're living free?
I am playing with my little brother and feeding him watermelon, and we're having a blast.
Oh, nice little watermelons. Hey, little Lucas, baby Bobby Lucas, you doing good? Yeah. That's awesome. Well, Autumn, thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it. Oh, look at these guys. Hey, Ethan. Hey, Lily. How are you guys living freely today?
We're planting onions and kiwis and dancing.
Planting onions and kiwis.
And I did this when I was dancing.
Oh, anything else you guys want to say?
I did a split.
Oh, you did a split?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you're living freely. That's great. Well, hey, I love you guys. You guys know that. But thank you so much for being part of this video, okay?
Thank you.
Well, folks, y'all heard it there. Listen, we are free to live, we are free to love, and we are free to worship with the power of Jesus Christ that lives in us, right? His death, burial, and resurrection has given us the ability to live out those things. We're free to live, free to love, and free to worship. So again, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. We'll catch you here next week. Take care. Bay Hope students. Bye-bye.